from the Collins Creatures. This is a motley super tiger reticulated python, and I am at the East Coast Reptile Super Expo in Oaks, Pennsylvania. I'm going to check it out and see all the cool creatures that I may possibly feature. Why don't you come along with me?
Red-eyed tree frogs are more than just a green frog with red eyes. The bottom turtle clearly does not know how to play turtle Jenga.
This is a Mexican West Coast indigo snake. They're also known as Mexican red-tailed cribos, and this specific phase is known as the Guerrero phase and has the red bellies. They are found on the west coast of Mexico, and as they are indigo snakes, they are crushers, which is a way that snakes will eat by literally crushing the life of their prey out of them. And it's a really interesting looking snake. They get to around 4 feet long, so they're on the smaller end of indigo snakes, and they look really, really awesome, especially with the red bellies. And because of all those reasons, the Mexican West Coast indigo snake is one of our featured creatures of the show.
I think a cooler and funnier name for this gargoyle gecko would be TV Static. You can clearly see the Vietnamese mossy tree frogs, but they don't look like frogs.
This is a dwarf siren. Dwarf sirens are a small species of a fully aquatic salamander that only has front limbs. And like all siren species, dwarf sirens are restricted to the southeast United States. Dwarf sirens will get to a little over a foot long, which is actually very small compared to other siren species, and you can differentiate dwarf sirens from full-size sirens by the fact they only have 3 toes on each foot instead of 4 toes. And because it's a really bizarre-looking amphibian that looks almost like an eel, the dwarf siren is one of our featured creatures of the show.
This awesome looking hognose snake was produced by this awesome young lady. This snake is not a corn snake, it is actually an elusive fox snake.
These are two Arizona blonde tarantulas. This one is a female and this one is a male. The females are what you normally see, and they are larger and have a homogeneous color to them, though if you look closely you can see a kind of reddish blonde hair on their legs. But the males actually have black legs and they're just darker in general, and because they are male tarantulas they don't live as long as the females and they are smaller, but for a male tarantula they live quite long. And because it's not too common that you see a male tarantula, especially one of this size, the male and female Arizona blonde tarantulas are featured creatures of the show.
If you don't have enough reptiles to justify getting lots of crickets, there are always carnivorous plants. Check out my video on the carnivorous plant nursery to learn more. Normally, at an expo, you would see small elephant trunk snakes, but these are the full-sized ones.
This is a Malaysian box turtle. They are a large species of turtle that spends all their life in the water as a baby, but as they grow up, they become more adapted to land. And this is a full-grown adult female, which is very rare, so you won't see them often. And then this really dark black shell on their head has these yellow stripes, and she's being a bit shy. It took her a little bit to get her head poking out. And since they are box turtles, they do have a hinge on the bottom of their shell so they can close their shell. And because it is a very rare and cool looking turtle, the Malaysian box turtle is one of our featured creatures of the show.
This tarantula is plotting its next scheme in its evil lair. This is a male Jackson's chameleon. Male Jackson's chameleons have 3 horns and are generally green. And this is a female Jackson's chameleon that is also green, but normally lacks the horns. But
this is a Jackson's chameleon, believe it or not, because while normally young Jackson's chameleons are green, this one is red. And I found on the internet that when a Jackson's chameleon is red as a baby, it is a female. But it's still kind of iffy because this one has a male-like response to things. And what makes it even weirder is that even though it has a horn, the mother to this one had all 3 of her horns, and normally only the males have horns. So it is truly a bizarre case of a Jackson's chameleon, but either way, it is still really awesome, and because of all those reasons, this Jackson's chameleon is one of our featured creatures of the show.
this seller called this snake a papaya. Watch this video to find out why. I'm not sure why, but this display was surrounded by stone statues.
This is an Ambanja Panther Chameleon. I had a great time at the East Coast Reptile Super Expo, and I saw lots of really awesome animals just like this one, and I got to feature a few of them. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and I'll see you next time on Colin's Creatures.